Access to this game was provided by Nintendo. Hello everyone! The other day I got an email from someone at Nintendo inviting me to try out their new game, Mario and Luigi Brothership, right here in New York City. If you haven't figured it out, I'm a pretty big Nintendo fan, and living so close, I couldn't pass up this chance. Now, if you're not familiar with the Mario and Luigi series, it's one of the 3 Mario RPG franchises that they've got going on. We've got the classic Super Mario RPG, the Paper Mario series, and then this one, which originally debuted on the Game Boy Advance and later on the DS and 3DS. This latest installment is a major leap forward from DS and 3DS to Nintendo Switch, and seeing Mario and Luigi in this new cel-shaded 3D animation style is incredible. It takes the charm of the original 2D pixel art and adds a fresh, modern twist. As I sat down to play, I found the mechanics to be straightforward enough for kids to play, yet it had enough depth in combat to keep us older gamers engaged. The game stays true to its roots with familiar elements and characters, but throws in new and exciting surprises. Playing against enemies is a blast, even when I wasn't doing so well. But hey, that's all part of the fun, right? Combat is a real highlight. You can't just button mash your way through. You've got to think strategically. Some enemies can't be jumped on, others are immune to hammers, and figuring out the best approach adds a nice layer of challenge. Plus, the game offers all the RPG elements we love, upgrading gear, armor, and discovering unique strategies for each enemy. One of the cool new features in this game is called plugs. Plugs are stackable power-ups that can really turn the tide in your favor during battles. From surprise iron balls that pack a punch, to auto mushrooms that give you a boost. These power-ups offer a variety of ways to strategize against your foes. The ability to mix and match different plugs adds an interesting layer of depth to your RPG gameplay loop, making each encounter feel fresh and dynamic. The story is set in Concordia, a place that's fallen apart. The game's NPCs are a mix of familiar faces and fresh characters, each adding to the game's unique charm. The blend of new and nostalgic makes every encounter exciting, whether you're battling familiar foes or facing off against new ones. The Concordians are kind of interesting to look at. They have faces that resemble power outlets, specifically those that come from the US or Japan. It's a clever design choice that makes them instantly recognizable to players from those regions. However, it raises an interesting point. Will these designs be adapted to other regions, like PAL territories where power outlets look different? It's purely speculative, but fun to think about how such details might be localized for different audiences. Probably not, but it's fun to dream. I can also introduce you to one of the game's new characters, Snowlet. At first glance you might think he resembles a flying pig, but don't say that to his face. Snowlet is quite sensitive about that comparison. His face, which bears a resemblance to a giant pig nose, is actually a part of the game's outlet theme. It's a fun nod to the quirky character designs that make the Mario and Luigi series so unique. Throughout the game, you'll explore various islands, each with their own unique challenges. One of the first islands in the demo is Twisty Island, where your objective is to grow a specific set of plants through a series of in-game challenges. It's a great introduction to the game's mechanics. Without giving away too much, I can really tell you that the combat system really shines in this early part of the game. It's an engaging way to get players hooked right from the start. Later in the game, we explore another fascinating location, Merry-Go Island. The island presents a giant puzzle and maze that require Mario and Luigi to work together and solve. There are moments when Luigi ventures off on his own, and you'll need to collaborate with him to navigate through the challenges. It's called Luigi Logic. The island feels distinctly different from Twisty Island, offering a fresh experience and a deeper look into the game's collaborative mechanics. For me, what's really impressive is how Mario and Luigi team up to overcome obstacles. They can even transform into a spaceship together, allowing them to cross larger gaps and accessing areas that would be unreachable alone. This kind of cooperative play adds a fun twist to the classic platforming experience, making every challenge a team effort. It's these innovative mechanics that keep the gameplay fresh and engaging. Side note, I might have forgotten to mention this earlier, but the whole reason you're doing all of this is to plug these miniature islands back into a central hub.
Okay. Wait.
One more thing worth noting is that throughout this game, you'll be navigating via a ship. What's funny is the name of the ship, Ship Shape Island. It's either an island in the shape of a ship, or maybe it's a ship in the shape of an island. Who knows? Either way, it's a really interesting way to get around the game world. You'll sail to all different kinds of environments, from tropical islands to bustling cities, and along the way you'll meet tons of new characters. I've got to admit, when I first saw the game's title, Mario and Luigi Brothership, I kept reading it in my head as Brotherhood, but after playing the game, the name Brothership makes a ton of sense. Mario and Luigi are brothers, and they're on a ship. If you're a big fan of the original series, you'll have a blast with Mario and Luigi Brothership. And if you're new to this franchise but have enjoyed other Mario RPG games, this is a fantastic installment to jump into. Many feared that this series was done for, but seeing Mario and Luigi Brothership emerge as a part of the Nintendo Switch lineup was a welcome surprise. It's exciting to see that Nintendo hasn't taken its foot off the gas, especially with rumors swirling about a successor to the Switch. Overall, my time with Mario and Luigi Brothership was a blast. It's engaging, charming, and full of surprises. I can't wait to dive into the full game when it releases. A huge thanks to Nintendo for the invite. Stay tuned for more, and remember, this game is coming out November 7th, 2024.